Hey, the mess. It just keeps getting messier every episode, and I'm here for it. So Boston and Nicholas. He is no longer Nick. His name is Nicholas because his behaviors. Boston takes it upon himself to plant little seeds in everybody's ear at this hostel party. He tells Ray, like, oh, Top is only with Mew to sleep with him, and like, I know you still have a secret crush on him, and yada yada yada, telling him to basically, like, get your man, Bookie. So what I'm hearing is that Ray never told anybody that he liked Mew. How the hell does Boston know that Ray likes Mew? And in my mind, I still believe that Mew knows that Ray likes him. And actually, what am I talking about? How does Boston know? Boston is hella sneaky, and Boston always got that camera. So, of course, Boston has pictures and videos of Ray and Mew from 2 years ago. It's like he's been waiting for the day that he would need to blackmail somebody. Low-key, I feel like it's not that deep. I feel like the picture, because the picture that we got to see, it didn't look like they were actually kissing. It looked like they were like going in for a kiss. But what was the aftermath of that situation? Like, were they like drunk and Ray was going in for a kiss and Mew was like, nar vibes? What was the video? What could possibly make Top pissed me off this episode. So Boston said that to Ray, and then he went to Top talking about everybody knows that Mew, there's something going on with Mew and Ray and that they're not just friends. So now he's planting seeds in Top's mind, like basically obviously trying to pit Top and Ray against each other to vie for Mew, with the hopes that Top and Mew will break up so that Boston can get with Top. And it seems that Boston is not upset that Top wants to sleep with Mew. Boston is upset that he's dating him. So Boston would have been perfectly fine if Top would have just slept with him and been finished, or, was actually just dating him just to sleep with him. I think Boston knows that Top actually likes Mew. I mean, it's clear Boston likes Top. Boston wants Top. I don't know what it is about Top that got Boston going. So Boston is out here in these streets being hella messy. And then Nicholas, girl, you messy too. Which we know that all of them are messy as hell. All of them are shady. I would like to point out that it was very clear that Nick was on demon time as well, because number one, he went through Boston's phone when he gave it to him to fix. Went through his phone, did his little special activities to the pictures on the phone, and then proceeded to put pictures of himself on the phone. So clearly, Nicholas was already on some invasion of privacy type beat. So that, what he did in this episode, not really that surprising, because we got a little bit of that in the first episode. Now he's just taking it a little far. Nicholas is trying to make his situationship with Boston more than it is, because he asks repeatedly in this episode, what are they? And then he also asked in the last episode, like, what are they? Boston keeps giving him the clear answer of, we are friends with benefits. And obviously Nicholas wants to be more than just friends with benefits. So I think he feels like the more that he like hangs out with him, Boston will like him. I don't think that's going to be the case, because I feel like Boston only sees himself actually maybe low-key being in a relationship with Tatiana. And clearly that's not happening. So, Nicholas, you got your hopes up just to be disappointed. Boston tells Nicholas enough to make him feel secure or safe in their little situationship so that Nicholas won't leave. But Boston knows full well he has zero intention of making that man like his boyfriend. So Boston, you are a messy, petty bitch. But also, I feel like Nicholas, low-key, you know this. Like, you're very aware. Nicholas in this episode is giving very much obsessive, a little stalker vibes, because he was stalking the hell out of Top and Boston's social media, and then he put a freaking listening device in Boston's car. Girly pop. And then I'm like, okay, he's been to Boston's house a lot, so I'm like, has Nicholas put listening devices and cameras in Boston's apartment? And I'm wondering, like, what was Nicholas listening to at the little end credits? Because the end credits are different every episode. So I'm like, is he listening to the audio from the Boston's car, or is he listening to something else? Because now I feel like he's got devices set up everywhere so he can spy on everybody. So with Top and Mew, I feel like, I mean, we didn't get too much of them in this episode. That little silent disco party, that little song, I feel like is definitely what's about to take place in their actual relationship. Low-key, I feel like Top is gonna be the one to get his feelings hurt in this situation. Top is gonna let his guard down, and he's gonna actually like possibly trust Mew, and I don't think Mew is going to fully trust Top. I don't know what game Mew is playing still, but Mew is definitely playing a game, and he is determined to be the winner, and I feel like he just might win. Top, you let Boston get to you way too easily. Like, there is no way that Boston should have been able to play Top that easily. Like, girl, like, I understand, like, you're new to the friend group, so you don't know like situations prior to you being involved. But Buki, a video and pictures from 2 years ago got you pressed and he got you to sleep with him that easily? Girl, you didn't question anything. But then also, when Mew figured out that he lost his key, and Top didn't answer the phone, bitch, how the hell was Top gone that motherfucking fast where he couldn't answer the phone to go back? But also, Ray, like, not you was in the middle of what you was in the middle of, and you dropped everything to run to Mew's rescue. And to me, because Mew immediately, like, his number 2 person to call out of all of his friends was Ray, I just feel like Mew uses Ray because he knows that he likes him. I did think it was cute of Mew to be like, oh, I see something's going on with you and Sand. Like, you should go for that. Like, forget about me and go for somebody else. Which, as he should, because come on, Ray. And annoying because Sand was trying to set boundaries with Ray and be like, oh, we don't need to sleep together, like we can just be friends. And here you go, Ray, talking about some please. You did all of that to drop this man right in the middle to go rescue Mew. Sand's face, he looked so sad and disappointed, and then he was like, yeah, we don't need to do this again, period. Do I think he's gonna stick to that? Absolutely not. But kudos to them for kind of sort of trying to set boundaries and then immediately folding, because I mean, that's real life, you know. I I don't know if I would be able to stick to my boundaries if I was involved with any of these people either. So we end the freaking episode with Top and Boston hooking up, and you've got Nicholas lurking in the shadows, listening to everything that's going on. So now I'm just like, what does he plan on using this for? And then what's the beef between Sand and Top? Because we got a little introduction to that in this episode, and I want to know, like, what do they have going on? I feel like it might be like maybe Top stole Sand's lover or something like that. Sand, why was you discreetly flicking him off? Top, why did you give him a dirty look? Why are y'all fighting in next week's episode? And then we've got Nick telling Sand about the audio because it looked like Sand got his ass beat by Top. And like, what are they gonna do with this information? This friend group? Why are y'all friends? Because the possibilities are literally endless with this series, and I think that's what makes it so good and so interesting. And then, which I forgot to talk about, at the silent disco with Mew and Top, that dude coming up to Top and saying what he was saying, and Mew trying to act like, oh, who's that? Oh, Mew. And then I'm wondering, going back to, I'm all over the place because I'm just like, so much happened in this episode and I have so many thoughts, and we're only 3 episodes in, like, girl. But Ray coming to pick up Mew, I wonder if something is going to happen between Ray and Mew whilst Mew is at Ray's house, and if that is going to be the reason why Mew was like, okay, I'll sleep with you now. Like, is he going to do it because he feels guilty that Top has been holding out and he like hooked up with Ray or something, and that's why he's going to do it? Or is he going to use that to get Top to confess that he slept with Boston because somebody told him that him and Boston slept together? So what are y'all's thoughts on this show? Because girl, they be having me on the edge of my seat. So let me know what y'all think about the mess that is going on. Hikey, I'm living. I'm eating it up because I like a show that's keeping me on my toes. It's keeping me guessing. It's keeping me invested. And those are my thoughts on episode 3 of Only Friends. I'm ready for episode 4. Honestly, give me the entire season right now. Actually, I don't even, could I handle that much information at one time? I don't know. But thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.